time I seen him was at his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody thinks he faked his death.
The conversation opens with people revisiting long-running conspiracy theories about Tupac's shocker's death. Someone claims they saw him at his Las Vegas home after he was supposedly gone, and insists he never actually died. According to this version of events, Tupac was set up and powerful forces worked to suppress the truth. The speaker references an alleged 2009 sighting reported by TMZ, claiming Tupac had burned off his fingerprints and was caught on camera, only for the LAPD to supposedly cover it up. The tone is defiant, daring skeptics to look it up themselves. The discussion spirals into broader distrust of official narratives, with comparisons to other high-profile cases. Someone sarcastically says that if the police claim nobody shot someone, then nobody must also be responsible for Tupac and even Martin Luther King Jr. The back and forth captures how deeply some people distrust institutions and remain convinced that Tupac is still alive. One person jokes that while he may not be alive physically, he lives on through music playlists. The focus then shifts dramatically to explosive claims involving Ally Carter. Rumors are circulating online that comedian Katt allegedly exposed her as Tupac's secret daughter. This revelation, if true, would completely change how people view her. Up until now, many only knew her as a controversial figure who has spoken out about alleged abuse and misconduct involving powerful names in the entertainment industry. She has long claimed mistreatment by influential figures and has described herself as someone who endured extreme trauma while trying to bring hidden truths to light. Now, the idea that she could be Tupac's biological child has added an entirely new layer to the controversy. According to online chatter, some believe Tupac's family supposedly knew about her existence all along and deliberately kept her identity hidden. The theory suggests they wanted to prevent further attention that might validate her accusations about powerful elites. For those who have followed Ally's story, this development feels shocking. She has portrayed herself as someone who risked everything to expose wrongdoing, and supporters argue that she has endured harassment, threats, and upheaval as a result. Ally has spoken emotionally about losing her home and being targeted after sharing her allegations. She described how her address and personal details were leaked online, leading to safety concerns. She claims her house was ransacked and that she was forced to relocate to protect herself and her loved ones. In her view, speaking out about abuse and corruption led to retaliation rather than support. She expressed frustration that while she faced danger and displacement, others argued about her credibility instead of acknowledging her suffering. She insists she never sought money or fame and says her primary concern has always been protecting children and exposing wrongdoing. Her allegations go far beyond celebrity gossip. She claims that as a teenager she was kidnapped and forced into horrific situations involving exploitation and ritualistic abuse. She has described deeply disturbing scenes, alleging that underage victims were trafficked and subjected to extreme violence. According to her narrative, powerful individuals participated in these acts, and law enforcement either ignored or protected those involved. She argues that survivors who speak up are silenced, mocked, or discredited, which is why she feels isolated and under constant threat. Ally has also stated that she filed an affidavit naming several well-known public figures whom she claims to have seen participating in abusive acts. These claims include major celebrities across music, film, and television. She alleges that victims were treated like objects, placed on display, and selected by attendees at parties. She describes separate rooms dedicated to various forms of abuse and says she was forced to endure repeated assaults. The descriptions are graphic and deeply unsettling, contributing to the intense reactions her story generates online. What truly intensified the controversy was her declaration that she is Tupac's biological daughter. She admits there is no publicly verified proof of this claim beyond her own testimony, but she argues that many of her previous allegations have later been partially validated by emerging investigations into elite misconduct. She believes that if Tupac's family acknowledged her, it would lend credibility to everything else she has said. According to her account, she was separated from her biological family at birth due to a nurse allegedly switching babies, causing her to lose contact with Tupac and his relatives. She further claims that Tupac is alive and in hiding. In emotional statements, she has warned that if he does not publicly acknowledge her, she may reveal information about his whereabouts. She suggests she knows details that could expose him and others. In her view, remaining silent has only prolonged her suffering. She seems torn between wanting recognition and grappling with anger toward a father she believes abandoned her. She also hints at knowing information about hidden facilities and past cases that she believes tie into a larger network of wrongdoing. Online discussions have speculated about whether Katt Williams has privately supported her. Although he has not publicly confirmed her claims, some internet commentators suggest he may have communicated with her behind the scenes. The rumor is that he believes she deserves protection and backing if she continues exposing corruption. At the same time, there is recognition that if Tupac truly faked his death, he might have had serious reasons for doing so, and exposing him could carry risks. Supporters argue that if hiding was necessary for survival, that decision should be respected. As these stories circulate, public reactions are mixed. Some people question the plausibility of her narrative, asking practical questions about timelines and logistics. They wonder how Tupac could be her father if he died in 1996, and how she would have been left behind if he staged his death. Others bring up long-standing rumors that Tupac might have relocated to places like Cuba, adding fuel to speculation. Skeptics argue that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence and point out that no DNA proof or documentation has been presented. Meanwhile, some commenters frame the entire situation in spiritual or moral terms, suggesting that widespread corruption in the entertainment industry is about to be exposed. They urge people to stop idolizing celebrities and instead focus on faith and personal accountability. This perspective treats Ali's story as part of a broader awakening about hidden wrongdoing among elites. The overarching theme of the discussion is distrust. Distrust of law enforcement, distrust of media narratives, and distrust of powerful institutions. The Tupac conspiracy has endured for decades, partly because of unresolved questions and the mystique surrounding his life and death. Adding a claim of a secret daughter who survived alleged trafficking only amplifies the intrigue. For believers, the pieces fit into a larger puzzle of corruption and cover-ups. For skeptics, the story reflects how social media can amplify unverified claims into viral controversies. At its core, the situation highlights the power of narrative. Tupac remains an iconic figure whose influence spans generations. The idea that he might still be alive captures imaginations because it blends tragedy with hope. Similarly, stories of whistleblowers exposing hidden crimes resonate in an era when public trust in institutions is fragile. Ali Carter positions herself as someone who endured unimaginable trauma to bring truth to light. Whether people see her as courageous or delusional often depends on their broader worldview. The question now circulating online is whether these allegations will pressure Tupac, if he were alive, to come forward. Realistically, without credible evidence, mainstream recognition of these claims remains unlikely. Still, the viral nature of social media ensures that such stories spread rapidly, drawing in audiences eager for scandal and revelation. For some, this is just another chapter in a long saga of celebrity rumors. For others, it feels like a potential turning point that could expose deeper truths. Ultimately, the debate reflects the collision between conspiracy culture and celebrity mythology. Tupac's legacy continues to inspire both devotion and speculation. Ali Carter's claims, dramatic and deeply personal, have added a new dimension to that legacy. Whether her assertions are ever substantiated or fade into the background of internet lore remains to be seen. For now, the story thrives in comment sections and viral videos, fueled by curiosity, skepticism, and the enduring fascination with one of hip-hop's most legendary figures.